Knicks trail by 8. Outside Robinson. Pass to Bridges. Here's a three. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Bogdanovich. And quite a few said the Knicks did hit that low last season right after the All-Star break into early March. When the Knicks saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
Floss defended by Dunn. Now the Clippers moving it up. The feather touch on the finger.
Another bucket on the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop them. I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively. But what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And so New York calls timeout.
I'll tell you what, the Clippers playing the Western Conference knew they'd have to take care of business facing Eastern Conference opponents, and they did. 21-9 against the East, and a bunch of highlight real plays along the way.
Evans checked in for Bridges. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. There's a screen by Robinson. Number 28. And Paul pulls it down. And for the Clippers against the East, they had a winning record against every division out there. That's exactly what any coach needed for the start of the season.
Hey, you'll remember the Clippers went on that big streak in December, and I think the early part of the season, they won 17 games in a row. A lot of those games out on the road back east. So I thought that established the tone for the Clippers for last year.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain position here. Collins checked in for Nicholas Batum. And now approaching 2 minutes action here in the second quarter. Taking a hand on it. Both hands with the steal. Collins kicks to Lopez. A huge slam from Griffith into the fast break. Let's look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
They come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Knicks trail by 16. McBride, defended by Paul. Paul with the steal. And here we go, Paul heading to the hoop. And it's good. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they've got them on their heels the way they've been running the ball up and down, right down their throat.
Yeah, it's like a fast break drill out there, guys. A lot of great finishes in transition.
And here are the Knicks now. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. That's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. The Knicks making a switch here. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. New York calls timeout.
You know, for a long time, the Knicks were viewed as the young team on the rise. When they had received all last year, the average age went to 32, which was the oldest team in the league last season. And you saw it in their play. They were a group of veterans out there.
James Harden, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And the Knicks miss again. And for the Knicks, the veteran leadership helped them at times as they had to go through some very tough stretches, Steve, due to injury.
Yeah, they did go through some stretches, but they really did well to secure the division title and get that high seed going into the playoffs. They had a pretty decent run all in all, but this is a team that has higher aspirations than just getting to the conference finals.
On the wing line. The finish. And he goes in for the back.
Well, as they continue down there, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really did get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Brunson. Shannon. Shot to make this full run. The shot is off.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of the run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop the run.
They're trying to pull away here and continue to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
So as we conclude the first half, so far, fairly one-sided. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half. Now, presented by Sprint.
I'm Damon Bruce. Hello, and welcome to the halftime report out in LA. It isn't even close. The Clippers are off to an outstanding start. Active hands is the way you describe their play, getting a good amount of steals. They're playing up defensively and picking them off. James Harden not having any difficulty scoring against the Knicks. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. The Knicks on the other side, not looking as crisp. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover numbers way too high through 2 quarters. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Ken Harlan for the second half of play.
The Sprint halftime report, presented by Sprint. Welcome back to the Staples Center in above it, downtown Los Angeles in the distance.
Talk about some great numbers for Harden. He has 15 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
New York shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end.
Hey, I think we all knew that the Clippers were good last year, but we really took notice when they rattled off those 17 wins in a row in December. That was a franchise record, which had previously been 11, and that's when the league really took notice.
And that one falls for Bridges. Well, it was the year of the win streak last season with Miami doing what they did and Denver getting hot as well. Well, you know, Steve, the Clippers had the first lengthy win streak and turned some heads earlier in the season.
Yeah, what was that, about 17 games in a row they won? And I thought that kind of established the Clippers in the West, put a little fear in the rest of the conference, and gave LA a slide report for helping get through the rest of the season.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Brunson guarded by Harden. Here's Townsend. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Los Angeles leading by 20. He dishes it to Beal. Back to Harden. Nice pass here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Hart.
Well, he had to fade away there. The defense was all over him. He got it off, just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Bridges. Knocks it loose. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. That's good. Harden's got 19 points.
Boy, they look good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they're going straight up court with it right away. Oh.
And here are the Knicks now. Here's Garvey. Shot down. But he stays with it. Brunson guarded by Harden. Three-pointer. Gets it to go. He has 5.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
There are only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Leonard attacking, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-handed.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
And Harden with this guy.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk ball coming within seconds of a
I
steal.
love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
106 left in the third quarter. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you had the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game.
Yeah,
You should know.
Well, they can just shoot their way back into games very easily. They did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West, but you have to play well against the West if you want to win the division. And the Knicks were able to do that last year.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Right side, Leonard. Harden outside. Shot on the wing. Again, Los Angeles.
He's playing an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
New York's gone 1-3 from downtown since halftime. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. .32 seconds left in the third. Gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Boy, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
Clippers leading by 23. Harden right side. Collins. He kicks it to Beal. The feet now to Leonard. Leading with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Harden gets to Collins. Back to Harden. 4 seconds left. And the layup is up and in. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
And as we conclude the... I'll get back with more action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The Hustle stats for the Clippers.
Guys, one of the things in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets.
Here's Bogdanovich. Buries the one-range jumper. Bogdanovich has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Los Angeles. New York shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. McBride, defended by Dunn. All alone. No good on the shot at one that time.
And that'll increase their rebound bank. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
But the main thing is they haven't allowed any second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Now here's the two.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, but he pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark.
Yes, sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me that's what happened. He shifted the brain to neutral.
That was embarrassing.
And so it's New York with it. Knocked loose. He's all alone. By himself. And Lopez throws it down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Well, we've come to expect plays like that from him. And still, they never get old to watch.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. McBride knocks down the three ball.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
The Clippers have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Dunn passes to Jones. Number 13, defended by Gunner. Gets it to go.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They got to at least get a finger on it.
Inside Jones. Gets the bucket.
Four of their last 5 Knicks came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
McBride, defended by Dunn. The jumper. No luck. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside, Jones. Lopez. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever for your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bouncing in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
And the Knicks making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. Instead, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They're limited offensively on the front line, maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
McBride, defended by Paul. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. Here's Robinson, and it's thrown down hard with both hands. And we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
Oh, boy, this is something you hate to see, Clark.
You know, it sure is. Injuries, though, are really an unfortunate part of the game, inevitable at times. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Bridges, he's checked in for New York. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dunn passes to the 2. And that one is stuck right through.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Shannon. Shoots. Batum grabs the miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Shannon. New York, no good that time either. Batum with the ball. Dunn passes to Paul. Fires the 3. It counts.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
Steve, I thought those home fans gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positivity in there.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some days Clark, everything goes right for a team. I think it's one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and this is Kevin Owens saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
Mark Beats. O sige kayo na pogi. Basta sa akin yung dating. O sige kayo na pogi. Basta sa akin yung dating. Panis yung mga pogi. Panis. Kahit pa napot you din. O sige kayo na pogi. Basta sa akin yung dating. Mga girls akong gagi. Kasi Harris in the game. Yes, wag check muna